From being able to have access to your vehicle and drive off, from seamlessly just exchanging contact information, while enabling the automatic night mode feature, your Apple Watch Ultra has a lot of capabilities that'll make your daily life easier. And so in today's video, I'm showing you not 30, but 40 amazing tips and tricks that your Apple Watch Ultra can do. And some of these also apply on other Apple Watches. So from the double tap function to some other unique settings, third-party apps to definitely download if you're new to the Apple Watch. This is the complete guide if you're new or want to learn more cool things that your Apple Watch Ultra can do. Now, if you're excited for this video, make sure you hit that like button to turn on that cool new YouTube animation. And while you're down there, hit subscribe. So let's begin. So for the very first trick, that is name dropping. And this is good to know where you could turn this on and disable this if it becomes annoying, or you want to actually airdrop it to somebody with your contact information in exchange right on the go. So just go into your device settings and click on contacts and just go ahead and turn this on. Now what you want to do to share your contact information is go into your contacts, tap on your profile, and you'll see a little share icon, and it should connect immediately as soon as you tap somebody's iPhone or Apple Watch. Now the double tap gesture is new for Series 9 and the Ultra 2, and I'm going to show you how you can enable this on a non-Series 9 and Ultra 2 device. So if you go into your settings, go into gestures, and gesture, you can turn on right here on and off, and you can switch between playback, skip, and other preferences. On a smart stack, I have it on advanced, but you can also select, because now if we go back to our home page and we do the double tap gesture, it will take us to our smart stack. Now, and if you have an older Apple Watch that doesn't support this, there's a clever way to enable this. Back in the Apple Watch setting, scroll down to accessibility, and you want to look for quick actions. Here, turn it on, and now have music playing or a phone call comes in, double tap, and you can answer the call as well as end it just like that. Now, if you ever misplace your iPhone, now if you're on the Ultra 2 as well as the Series 9, when you pin your device, it will actually walk you through using the Find My AirTag capability, and it will automatically pin as soon as you're getting closer, and will show you the distance if you're getting further away. How neat is this? And if you don't find this feature, it may be disabled. Just scroll down all the way in Control Center and then just add it, as well as rearrange it if it's one of your most used Control Center shortcuts. You may also long hold to toggle the flash too. But now let's say you misplace your Apple Watch. Your iPhone can also track it this way as well. If you don't see this feature on your iPhone, go on your iPhone settings, Control Center, and just look for it right here and add it. But now if you really misplace your iPhone or your Apple Watch, remember Find My is available, and this will also toggle the Find My noise. So Wayfinder as well as the Modular Ultra are the only two watch faces that support the night shift mode. And by long pressing and tapping on Edit, in the night mode section, select Auto. This will allow the Apple Watch to utilize its internal sensors to identify that you're in a low light environment and will automatically switch into night mode. This is extremely useful and beneficial, especially while driving at night, as it doesn't interrupt your night vision. But that's not all that these internal sensors are used for. As for health tracking, there's a new daylight tracking, which can be located in settings, and go into privacy and security and look for health. And scroll down until you find night and daylight. Enable this, and now whenever you launch your health app on your iPhone, tap on browse, go to mental well-being, and click on the time in daylight. Here will actually keep track how long you've been exposed to basically daylight. Great way to keep track on the vitamin D rays from the sun. And back on the Apple Watch app on the privacy and health category, if you go down, you can also enable wrist temperature tracking right here as well. So if you're using the sleep tracking capability that the Apple Watch can do, and you're feeling a little bit off the weather, go back in the health app, and you should be able to see your wrist temperature here. I don't use sleep tracking, so it doesn't show it on me, but if you do, you could use this as a reference that, yeah, you may be catching a fever, and this is how you could confirm. And if you are an individual that does utilize the sleep tracking and it's been longer than 5 days, instead of doing all that method of going through the health app, you may also find it better just downloading this wrist temperature app right here, as it'll run down like the summary right then and there instead of you having to use your phone. So it's no surprise that the Apple Watch Ultra is the Apple Watch that has the largest battery in the market, which means it could easily last up to 3 days or even longer too sometimes. But these are some settings you definitely want to be aware of if you want to extend it even more. The most common method is just entering your device in low power mode. By tapping on the battery percentage icon right here, you could enable it right here. It does limitate certain things, like your heart rate sensor isn't reading as frequently as it will typically would be on its regular mode. So just keep that in mind. It highlights everything right here. But there's other methods you could actually do. First method that will maintain the important features like health tracking and etc. can be located in the settings in the general tab. And you want to go ahead and disable the background apps. By turning this off, now those apps that you're not even using for like a long while are no longer using the energy from the Apple Watch. Another way is to save the battery is just lowering the screen display. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 can actually go up to 3000 nits, and honestly this is very overkill as 2000 nits is bright enough. So just go ahead and turn down the brightness display, and that should also help as well. But another method is if you go into sound and haptics and just turn off all the vibration motors or feedback that your Apple Watch can do just to operate it, because in the long term this also is a great way to save battery life. And another thing you could also try is going into the battery section and just make sure you have optimized charging limit enabled to make sure that you maintain the longest battery life longevity, allowing your Apple Watch to safely recharge itself overnight. And then with that said, don't forget the Ultra 2 as well as the Series 9 are the only two Apple Watches available in the market that actually support Siri Offline, which means if you don't have cellular connection like I do and you leave your phone behind and you like to quickly start a workout, Siri will do so, as well as share with you a bunch of other information about your current health stats as well as general questions too. So offline Siri is amazing. Now the Apple Car key is an amazing tool, and it's accessible exactly the same way like you would access your wallets. But down here you have the capability to lock the vehicle, honk the horn, as well as monitor other information or remove it entirely. But with this basically allows me to use either Bluetooth proximity or NFC to be able to start my vehicle or get in, as well as lock it. And to set this up, you need to see if your vehicle is compatible. So far for BMWs, it looks like 2021 or newer are all compatible with this. I'll have the list right here. Some Genesis models 2022 or newer, and Kia 2023 for some, and 2022 for a Niro. Hopefully in the near future more cars get into more vehicle manufacturers, but just log into the manufacturer app for your car and just add the wallet and you should be able to see it here. Now if you have a Tesla, fear not, because this third-party app allows you to have this similar feature, just you have to launch the main app to have access to this. The app is called Watch App for Tesla, and once you have it set up, you have full access of your vehicle right here, including the capability to drive. Other great apps I recommend is StoreCard. StoreCard is a cool way to store all your membership cards as well as gym membership cards, barcodes on your wrist. Quick access to whenever you need to take it out instead of fiddling with a bunch of different barcodes. My Radar is another really good weather app to check out, and just press record is also amazing because it's super convenient, just recording voice memos on the go or other things you feel like should be recorded for legal purposes. Heartwatch is another great app that allows you to have a complication that keeps track of your heart rate. So if you're working out, this is a great tool to monitor your heart rate, make sure you're always warm and ready to do the next workout, so you don't take too long unnecessary breaks. Super Stocks is another good one. It shows you real stock quotes and portfolio tracking. So if you're a stock tracker investor like I am, you'll definitely appreciate knowing this exists. And then there's Parcel, a delivery tracking app. If you have a lot of packages coming to you this holiday weekend, or holiday weeks I should say, a great tool to have. And Shazam is my go-to way to track music, especially if I'm at a store without verbally requesting Siri to identify the song. Now, there are certain words you may not know how to pronounce. You actually have a live speak to text feature on the Apple Watch. You can locate this setting in the accessibility section and scroll to the bottom and you'll see this new live speak section. And by turning this on and now double tapping the digital button 3 times, it'll take you to this window. You can type the text and it will live speak it right then and there. Now, another cool new hidden feature is the FaceTime video messages, as it allows you to view it all right here. Now, I don't know about you, but if you use the Apple Wallet, it requires you to have a PIN code. But most of the time, I always put on my Apple Watch and I would forget. Then I would forget to unlock it. But I'm most likely to unlock my iPhone because your iPhone can actually unlock your Apple Watch. To enable this, it's easier to just launch the Apple Watch app on your iPhone and locate it in the passcode section. Unlock with iPhone, enable this, and now it will automatically do it whenever you unlock your iPhone. And if you like your Apple Watch to unlock your iPhone, you can also do this as well. On your iPhone, go into settings and go into Face ID and passcode, into your password, and make sure to turn on the Apple Watch you wanted to unlock with. And now you're good to go. And since we're on the topic of privacy, these complications right here, you can hide them whenever your display is on always on. So in settings, in display and brightness, tap on always on and show data complication, turn this off, and now others around you cannot see your complication data. Now, two of some overlooked features of the Apple Watch Ultra is, depending on the watch face, but if you're using the watch wayfinder, if you tap on it, it will actually switch between the clock or elevation. There's many different watch faces that have these capabilities, so definitely do explore and check out what hidden feature your watch face has. I have a full dedicated video over here on some unique ones. But another cool thing about the Apple Watch Ultra that's exclusive is the car finder waypoint. Whenever you disconnect your device from like CarPlay or your stereo Bluetooth, it will automatically keep track of that, and you could tap on the complication and it will actually help you navigate through a parking lot in case you're having a hard time finding your vehicle. Definitely a less embarrassing way than having to hit the panic button. Now, another amazing Ultra feature is the action button, and by now we should be fairly familiar with it on some capabilities it could do. But you could actually program these shortcuts to do certain actions depending on the location you're at. I've done a whole dedicated video right here, but this action button can be programmed to do many different things, so definitely do check out that video right there as I go more in depth in how to create these. But even the default ones are quite brilliant, as you could immediately start a workout, start backtracking, and etc. Which, when starting a workout, you could bypass the 3-second timer by just tapping on it, then tapping on the power button as well as the digital crown will pause and resume your workout. And then tapping on the display twice will create different segments. Now you can press the action button as well as the power button at the same time to pause and play your workouts as well, but for some reason on my watch it's not working. You could try it on yours. Now by now you probably already have seen that offline map support is now available on our iPhone. And in case you don't know, just go on your iPhone map section, tap on your profile and click on offline map. Here select the offline map section you want to be enabled on your iPhone, but by doing this, whenever you lose cellular reception and you have your Apple Watch nearby, it will solely rely on that iPhone data to load up that map right here. And then it doesn't just end there, because you also have topograph capabilities and so much more. So feel free to take a look at this list, as you'll find some interesting hidden features in here. And if you ever zoom out of your digital watch, you'll see this outer ring. This will basically tell you how long it'll take you to reach to that outer ring from the center ring. But if you long press and you scroll down, you can switch it from time to distance and see that feedback information right then and there. Now, if you're into diving, you'll find that the Ultra sensor will automatically turn on the depth sensor to begin tracking your depth. But there's also this cool app that you can also download that utilizes the hardware from the Ultra that will also give you this data, which is called Oceanic Plus. And these two apps are the best apps so far that will actually allow you to turn your Apple Watch into an ocean data computer. So if you do use this third party, I do recommend going into your Apple Watch settings in general and go into auto launch and tap on Oceanic Plus. So this is where you can switch between these two default apps. So here's the scene. You're late for an exam because you forgot to study on some type of subject. But if you want to have quick access to the website, you could just use WebKit by asking Siri to go on google.com, and you can navigate your way to the website you're trying to go to. But it doesn't just end here, because this action button can be programmed with a shortcut to also take you to google.com, so you have a quick access to a URL web browser. Now the Apple Watch has a massive screen. I'm talking about the Ultra. 49mm is a lot of screen real estate, and the app that definitely takes advantage of this is the camera app, because here you can actually use the double tap gesture to take a hands-free photo if you're trying to take a picture of a large group gathering. And pro tip, this is also a great way to have a quick baby monitor on the go, as you can just leave your iPhone behind and monitor your child right here on your display. Now, by long holding the action button, this will actually bring you to the SOS tab. And here you have access to the SOS call, compass backtracking, your medical ID, as well as your siren. The power button does the same exact thing. But if you're ever having an app that's acting funny, to force close an app, just launch the app, hold down on the power button until you get to that menu, and hold down on the digital crown, and this will force close the app. So when you go back, you'll see it'll automatically reload. So if you run into any bugs or something, that's how you can do that. And then you may also hit the digital crown button twice to go to app switcher, close the app this way as well, but it's not the forced close, it's more like a soft close. But if your Apple Watch entirely is acting weird, hold down the power button as well as the digital crown until your Apple Watch display turns on, as this will make it go into the recycle reboot page. Now, I did mention the medical ID section, and if you like to set this up, you could locate it in the health app. So all you gotta do is tap on your profile, tap on medical ID, and here's where you go ahead and enter all your medical ID information. So if you're allergic to something, diabetic or something, you could enter it right here so somebody could help you out. Now, with all these watch faces, if you have a custom one and your friend wants, hit the up arrow. This will allow you to share it with that individual, and you can edit if you want to include the complications or not include those complications. This way your buddy isn't forced to think that they should buy them. And don't forget, on this menu, you can also rearrange your watch faces. And there we have it. That's everything your Apple Watch Ultra 2 can do. Again, links to everything else will be in the description down below, including those third-party apps. So if you're satisfied with today's video, make sure that like button is illuminating and you're subscribed to this channel, because I cover a lot of cool stuff like this video over here, where I go through some of my favorite Apple Watch accessories I still use to this very day. Thanks so much for watching.